Hello there and a big welcome to the channel. I hope you're keeping safe and well. Well, my name is Terry and I've been working in and around studios for about 20 years now, both in large studios but now in a home studio. This channel really is here to serve you, so please, I'd love to hear your comments and also I'd love to hear your questions. But finally, please don't forget to like, subscribe and click that bell icon because there is more content coming. Okay, so here we are in my Logic Mix template. So I just want to pick up from where I left off in the last video. Just see the link above. Okay, here we go. Okay, so just picking up from the last video, I think I got to VCAs and buses. So just a quick recap. Everything's color coded. I've got my guitar. I tend to like to put my guitars first, synths, vocals, bass, and then drums. I know a lot of people will do it the other way around. They'll do the drums first and the bass, but this just is the way I like to do it. So in effect, everything is going to VCAs. I'll do some more videos on how to create VCAs, how to do groups. I'm just going to show you how I've set mine up. So in effect, I've got VCA group set up, but just before that, all these guitar tracks are being bussed to a single bus. Acoustics to its own acoustic bus, piano synths to their own. Lead Vox, I do parallel compression, and you can see there's a number of UAD compressors. I've got doubler effect on this as well. Again, I'll do some more videos on how this works. So in effect, the Lead Vox and the BVs are being bussed into parallel compression and then into doubler a plugin, and again got their own separate buses. Bass and the drums. Okay, so what I want to concentrate on is VCAs. So I've got my VCA channels. I do find VCAs very useful for a couple of things. In effect, these are really just, really only balancing volume. They're not doing anything really to affect any processing. You can't add processing on these. But I have got the VCAs linked to my MCA controller. So if I click global view, so fundamentally what I can do, I can just narrow down into the mix and do basic mixing from the faders on the VCAs, just to get a sense of final balance in the mix. Also I have set groups up on the VCAs. These are mute groups, so if I click the drum, click VCA number 1 and 2 if you like, all my drums and the drums and the bass will mute. Again, I can take out my acoustic guitars. I can also just, more often than not, what I'll do is I'll just literally just take out the vocals and the BV, so I can just concentrate on the band. So it's just a useful way. I find everything's going to these VCAs, and I've created mute groups on them. Okay, let's go back. You can also see that I've got parallel compression. In this instance, I may have parallel compression on a lot more instruments, but fundamentally at this stage, I've got parallel compression for the acoustics, the bass, the drums, and of course the vocals. And I tend to, for the band, I do like to use this Fatso distressor, and I'll just use this across all the instruments for my parallel compression. 1176 is also another compressor that can be used. Okay, so let's look at the effects now. I've got a reverb. Okay, so let's look at the effects. So Voxverb channel. I'm actually doing sidechain on this channel, but I may typically have a sidechain setup as well for my Voxverb. My drums. Vocal slapback delay. I may not use these, but it's there. A lexicon reverb, add piece of outboard gear, and that's set to large hall. Again, sidechain on a delay, and these are for the electric guitars. So left pan guitars going out through the right delay, and vice versa. On my master out, that's going out to an SSL 4000 Stam clone bus compressor, which is lovely. Pultec EQ, boosting around about 20 and also at 8K. Virtual tape machine, and that Kleinhelm VU meter. So in effect, on my screenshots, if I go back to the arrange page, I don't need it there. Click back to number 2, and it sets me up quite nicely with all my VCAs set up with regard to the MC Pro, and also my VU bang in the middle. So that's how I like it. Okay, so just to recap, audio starting from left to right. All my old tracks are in a track stack out of the way. Electric guitars with its bus, acoustic with its bus, piano synths with its bus, lead, vox and BVs with their own buses, bass, drums, VCAs in the middle, and then to the right of that, parallel compression and effects. And that's how that's my mix template. That's how I like to set it up. So let's have a quick look at the plugins then. So you'll notice that I've got a number of IOs, which is going out to Outboard Gear. So the Outboard Gear that I'm using, you've just seen the SSL bus compressor. That's going out to the Lexicon reverb unit. I've got Drawmer compressors, so they're going out to those on the drum bus. I've got a DBX160 for the bass. And what else have I got? I've got 1176, it's a warm audio 1176, a clone for the vocals. And that's going to a TLA Audio Ivory series compressor. I think that's with the acoustic guitars. As you can see, the plugins that I'm typically using, I've got UAD, so very much using a lot of UAD stuff. Also, this was bounced down, but I was using Slate Digital, reamping these guitars with Slate Digital plugin, which is great. You can see I use a little bit of Waves, so stereo imager for Waves plugin there. Again, Melodyne, you know, just for some auto tuning and gain staging on the vocals. De-esser, which is Stephen Slate's de-esser. Again, Waves doubler. So you can see fundamentally in terms of my in terms of the outboard gear, I've got a number of outboard compressors, and I'm using UAD plugins, Waves plugins, and also Stephen Slate. Also, I've got set up channel strips that just increases and speeds up the workflow. So there's one for the main out, CLA delay. You've got CLA delay. Again, I don't tend to record with any plugins, you know, just to keep the processing to a minimum while I'm recording. But just to speed up the workflow, when I'm ready to mix, I can just engage the channel strips on the various channels. Okay, and finally probably is just to go through my screenshot. So really I only set up 3. 1 is my arrange page, 2, as you can see, is that setup for my mix window, and 3, I've got a combination of both mixer and arrange. I think 4 is MIDI. Yeah, there's 4, there's my MIDI page. So again, I'll do a number of videos on how to set most of this stuff up. So hopefully that's been helpful, and we'll speak very soon.
Come over the mountains, looking to the day of light and love. Come over, separating mountains, take us home to yourself. She is his dove, and returns to him as a knower. He is the rock in whom alone she is safe. He calls her to come boldly to the throne of grace, having such a great high priest there.